So the thing is that in order for you to be wearing your denim right now, it needs cotton. And cotton is a very high demanding product, which comes from China. 87% of our denim comes from China. We need the cotton seeds to be genetically modified in order to make them water resistant and to make them pesticide resistant. Or not water resistant, but water effective. That way we don't need to irrigate as much when we have these cotton seeds. So China has horrible drought issues, ridiculous. So in order for them to produce enough denim for you guys to pay less than $50 for your denim, we have to have genetically modified cotton. So with that, today Justin, Luis, and I are going to speak to you why you should go pro with GMO. And I'm just going to be Justin, who's going to go with me with the process of GMOs.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Justin Kelly, and I'm going to be giving you a little bit of background information about GMOs. So what are GMOs? That's a big question. GMOs are just like any other organism in the sense that they produce hundreds of thousands of proteins. But one or two of these proteins are specifically selected by humans. And when we're talking about GMOs today, we're really talking about genetically engineered organisms, or also known as transgenic organisms, which is when it's the process of genes being extracted from a specific species and then fused into the genome of a different species. This is called transgenesis. While this is not the only form of producing GMOs, it is by far the most common. And these foreign genes, they come from bacteria, viruses, plants, animals, or even humans. And having GMO foods having been consumed by hundreds of millions of people, hundreds of millions of meals being consumed by people, by me, probably most of you, and have been studied for decades, there's been no indication that GMOs cause any harm to human health. And while this may be, there's been plenty of studies that say otherwise. So one study that I found said that GMOs cause an increase in cancer in rats, which was taken at face value at first, but when later analyzed, they found that there was a lack of dose sampling, and there was a strain of rat that had an 80% chance of developing cancer in its lifespan by itself. So with all of this added together, it basically disproved this theory. And while there's no real signs of GMOs causing any type of harm to human health, all these fake studies are kind of giving a bad connotation to genetically modified organisms. So with that, I'm going to leave you with a little question to kind of think in the back of your head before I hand it off to Caitlin again. Which type of world would you rather live in? A world that has GMOs, that has increased quality and quantity for food for people all around the world, or a world without GMOs with many less benefits? And here's Caitlin to give you more information about that.
Thank you, Justin. All right. So while the process of genetically modified organisms seems extremely scary, unnatural, and advanced, there are reasons why we need GMOs in today's world. Because in your own neighborhood right now, 1 in 6 people are starving in the United States. And that is something that is kind of shocking, and you think it's literally in your own neighborhood. That means 42.2 million of your fellow Americans are starving right now. They have no food security, and that is just not a good thought. The fact is, population growth and crop demand has been increasing for years, and at alarming rates. This growing rate doesn't just occur in the United States, it occurs around the world. So the Food, Agriculture, and Organization of the United Nations got together and they they issued a forecast. This forecast basically talked about the world food production. If the global population reaches 9.1 billion in 2050, that means our food production will need to rise by 70%. That's double what we have right now. That's a scary fact, and that's a realistic thing. Because we can't stop growth, like population, but we can stop hunger. So, GMOs help make the product last longer, they make them stronger, and they make them more effective in environmental crises, which do happen. Droughts happen. For example, like I said, China, they are having horrible drought issues right now. And they also make them resistant to certain pesticides and diseases throughout the crop, which can get transferred to us if we don't take care of it. So as you can see here, if you see the dark green and the light green, I'm going to talk to you guys about something pretty serious. It's a vitamin A deficiency, or VAD. In 2012, the World Health Organization reported that 250 million preschool children are affected with that. So they don't get, when people say eat your green or your carrots for make your vision look better, it's true. Because carrots and like dark leafy greens have a bunch of vitamin A. These children are not getting that. So with providing these children with the vitamin A, it could prevent about 1/3 of all deaths under the age of 5, which amounts up to 2.7 million children that could be, they could stop dying unnecessarily because they're not getting vitamin A, and we can make GMOs more effective. For example, we would have GMOs in Africa in order to make the seed drought resistant, because it's so hot there, and make it kind of work with the soil, because I know there's different soils causes the issue, and that could help them have more availability to these foods. So now I'm going to pass this on to Luis, who's going to give you some actual facts about genetically modified organisms.
So more than 75% of processed foods on supermarket shelves are actually contain genetically modified ingredients. Most of these ingredients contain genetically modified corn or soybeans, and corn is the highest used genetically modified plant in the United States. GMO corn is used to make high fructose corn syrup, corn starch, and corn oil, and other things. The second largest U.S. crop is soybean, which is used primarily to feed animal livestock, and soybean oil, which is widely used for processed foods and restaurant chains. In fact, soybean oil accounts for 61% of American oil vegetable consumption. It's also often used to make an emulsifier called soy lecithin, which is present in a lot of processed foods, including dark chocolate and candy, things that we eat from time to time. We already use and eat tons of genetically modified, and that's why we totally support it. One of the reasons why engineered foods are attacked so viciously is not because of the scientific consequences of their existence, but rather because the economic and cultural consequences of their existence, which have so much power, which we place so much power over our food supply into the hands of a very large few companies. GMOs are also used for biofuels and other clothing, as Caitlin previously stated, but the majority of GMOs grown in the United States is to feed livestock and our children. And as our population continues to grow, we'll become more dependent on GMOs for agricultural growth in order to feed our children and our livestock. And thank you for listening. That's all we have for pro GMOs. Now we're going to go to those who are against GMOs.